Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we have such an exciting show as we're going to have a handful of the most basic ingredients and create a super delicious recipe. We're talking Spanish pinto beans and eggs. This is known as Huevos Escalfados con alubias pintas. And let me tell you, this dish is filled with so many amazing textures and flavors. It's easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques or weird equipment needed. And the best part, it's all done in about 30 minutes using just one pan. Folks, this is the perfect dish for any meal of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And always make sure to enjoy it next to a crunchy baguette to mop up all that goodness. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. The Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need, such as sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which we're going to use in today's recipe, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Make sure to use the good stuff here, as this is the backbone of the dish and what truly makes a difference. Link where you get the Spanish one I'm using from Andalusia in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, and finely chop 1 green bell pepper. Then we'll add the chopped ingredients into the hot fry pan. You'll mix them around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And you don't have to mix this around continuously, but do get under every minute or so, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 5 minutes and the vegetables are lightly sautéed, once again I've been mixing this every minute or so, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of sherry vinegar, which is 15 milliliters. You can also use red wine vinegar here, or even apple cider vinegar. We'll also add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram. And 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 2 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix. And I tell you, by adding in the vinegar, spices, and herbs right now, it's going to make the ingredients nice and aromatic. Then we'll add in half a cup of tomato sauce, which is 120 grams. As always, I made my sauce by finely grating fresh tomatoes, but you can also use canned tomato sauce, which is similar to passata. And we'll season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then simmer it for a few minutes. After simmering the tomato sauce for about 3 minutes, and you can see it's slightly thickened, it's time to add in the beans. I'm going to drain 2 cans of pinto beans into a colander and rinse the beans under some water. Size of the cans that I'm using are 15.5 ounces, which is 440 grams each. Then we'll add the pinto beans into the pan, and 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, which is 360 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even water if you like. Just make sure to season accordingly if you're using water. And we'll turn it up to a high heat and give it a gentle mix. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the pan and lower the fire to a low heat. And we're going to simmer this between 5 to 10 minutes, that way the flavors can develop. After simmering the beans between 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid and let's start adding in the eggs. And as you know, before I add eggs into a skillet, I like to crack them into individual bowls. That just ensures that no eggshells go in there and that the yolks are not broken. And you just want to create little pockets, that way the eggs perfectly sit in there. You want to make sure they're on a single layer and evenly spaced out. Then we'll season the eggs with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And then we'll place the lid back on the pan and simmer this between 3 to 5 minutes until the egg whites are set, but you still have slightly creamy yolks. Once the eggs are just cooked through, this dish is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat. And we're going to serve this directly out of the pan, topped off with some chopped parsley. Check it out, our Spanish pinto beans and eggs are done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in 30 minutes using just one pan. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, huevos escalfados con alubias pintas. I tell you, it smells amazing in the kitchen, so this I am so excited to try. Moment of truth, here we go. This is seriously delicious. Here, take a bite. I don't know why I grabbed that so heavy. Truly for me, another dish from the humble Spanish kitchen, where less is more and the simple things are the best things, because we got such basic and raw ingredients. We got so many flavors out of this. The pinto beans add the protein, those eggs that goodness, the rest of the ingredients the perfect balance of goodness, with the vinegar, spices, and herbs really shining through. Easy to make, heart healthy, give it a try at home. Once again, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and always next to a crunchy baguette to mop up all that goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Stephen Riggs, John Kachanowski, and John Dayan. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.